Good morning. Glad you're with us on Mile High Living. I'm Gina Bellich. Well, graduation and wedding season are here, and young adults taking on more responsibilities. Couples are planning their life together. Very important topic of conversation is finances. Now is the time to take advantage of free educational workshops. Spaces are limited. Stay with us on how you can sign up. Now here, offering a quick insight is Joseph Quijano and Jordan Quijano. I'm so glad you guys are here today, guys.
Thank you for having
Yes,
us.
absolutely. So one of the things a lot of people talk about is that finances, money can be extremely confusing because there's so many different places that they can go. Now your free seminars actually show people how to maximize money but minimize that risk, right, Joseph?
Absolutely right, Gina. Basically, we maximize their money by offering a 4% in guaranteed and tax-free rate of return. We're minimizing the risk of losing money because we actually get them out of debt in 9 years or less, and we reduce their taxes. How good is that?
Yes.
So they get a guaranteed rate of return, tax-free. They pay no finance charges to the banks or credit card companies, and they pay less in taxes.
Well, let's remind everyone where you can go and what number you need to call. So right now, 877-299-9957 to reserve your spot for a free educational workshop. These spaces are very limited. You really need to call right now. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to share a story because I read all your books.
Well,
and after I read all 3 of your books, it was something that dawned on me that several years ago I was in a life change, if you will, where I found myself a single mom with 3 kids, and my financial situation was limited. It was very limited. I didn't have a ton of choices, and I had to dip into my 401k. I lost thousands of dollars in the tax hit with that 401k.
I believe it, yeah.
After reading your books, I realized had I had a situation like this that still yielded a rate of return, right? Tax-free, with no risk, I would have been in such a better situation, and it would have offered me another alternative than having taken my retirement and also taken that hit.
Absolutely, Gina. You know, and the best thing, if you would have had this, it would have been penalty-free.
Right.
Oh.
You wouldn't have
I don't even
had
want
a
to think about the money I lost.
Right. We have met people like you. We have met a lot of people that are 401k rich, but they can't touch their money because they're afraid to lose 30%.
It was such a hard thing to do. It really was. Now let's remind folks again. I'm going to put my glasses on so I get this right. Here we go, folks. 877-299-9957. You reserve your spot for this type of thing I'm just telling you right now. These spaces are limited. You don't want to pass this up. Free educational workshop. So the slogan is, my bank, my money, my way. It goes back to my original point. You are allowing our viewers and the people that come to this to have control.
Absolutely. See, banks make a lot of money. So we know the formulas. So if we can teach you the formulas the banks are using to make their money and apply them to your own personal finances, would you be better off?
Oh, yes. I mean, because you don't know when these crises come up sometimes.
Exactly.
You know? And I think that's the other thing. And Jordan, that's one of the things, one of the most powerful benefits of Become the Banker strategy. For a lot of the people who are sitting out there today may think, okay, well, I can get a higher yield, but you're taking a bigger risk.
Bigger risk, and it's going to be taxed. So, you know, I think one of the best benefits that is, it's not only the security and the tax-free element, but it's the use of your money. You get to use it today and not just for retirement. So if we can get you out of debt, lose that, you know, stop losing that 34.5% of every dollar that you're losing to finance charges and just put it back in your pocket, it's going to put you in such a great position, Gina. It really will.
Let's remind this again, folks. 877-299-9957. Reserve your spot today. These are free. They're educational. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're not trying to, they don't have to walk out with something,
no
paper or anything.
No pressure.
No pressure like this. Joseph, one of the things that you say in Become the Banker too, this is so good for women. This is so good for recent graduates, newly married people. They haven't had a chance sometimes to create bad habits.
That is right.
And so you're telling them this is a good habit to start so you don't have to kind of pay back for the bad habits.
That is right, Gina. You know, I think women control the money supply. And I know that they control the finances at their home.
Yes.
And they want to be financially independent. See, they don't want to be depending on somebody else for their financial futures. They want to do it all by themselves. And you see, you found yourself in that situation.
Yeah,
didn't you?
I did, and it was hard. And I had 3 young children, 2 of which even had, at the time, going back to work, wouldn't have paid for daycare. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to pay for all of that. This would have given me a safety net, if you say a rainy day, which my mom said, Gina, I don't know a rainier day that you're going to have except for right now. And I would have needed that, but I wouldn't have taken the hit off of 401k.
That's right.
Thank you guys for being here. Let's remember,
Thank you,
it's easy to say, I'll worry about my finances someday. Don't put it off when you can attend a free Become the Banker event. Here's the number one more time. RSVP right now, 877-299-9957. This is perfect, like we said, for graduates, newlyweds, anyone looking to have more in their paychecks. The free educational events are May 24th, 6:30 in Centennial, and North Glen, May 26th at 10:30 in the morning. Seating is very limited. The number again, 877-299-9957. Another added bonus, if you're one of the first 25 callers, that means right now, folks, you will receive a gift certificate for a financial plan to get you out of debt in 9 years or less. This is valued at $129. You must redeem your certificate at one of the upcoming seminars. Do not wait. The number again is 877-299-9957. Become the Banker paid for today's segment.